better, huh?
No, nothing's going to warm up this house. Not tonight.
Come on, try to relax.
All the days of waiting and driving and searching, never sleeping, and the terror that we felt when we thought Brandon was in that accident. And then when I finally get him, I lose him again to Gina.
Why don't you sit down?
No, I should be strong, but I'm just so worn out.
No.
This is the first time I've been back here since she took him. Everywhere I look, I see Brandon. He made this house a home, a real home. This chair is where I used to read bedtime stories to him, and now...
Why don't you just forget about this for now?
He was mine. For the first time since he was born, he was with me. And now he's gone. I just can't stand the thought of never having him here again.
Well, he may never be here again if you give up.
What do you mean?
You're giving up, and I hate to see that.
Well, what do you expect me to do?
You can keep on fighting for your son.
Well, I signed a paper. Gina has custody of him now. She's won.
No. Nobody wins until somebody else lets them win. And we're going to stop that. We're not going to let that happen anymore.
I just put Brandon to bed. He was so exhausted he went out like a light. Where's Eden? She's not in the room.
She just went out.
Out where?
Kirk's hurt. He's at Mary's clinic.
Anything serious?
I don't think so. Somebody punched him in the face.
What happened? Who punched him?
Eden didn't say.
Oh, it's all right. Guess I'll go upstairs.
What for?
Lie down. I'm exhausted yet. I can't seem to go to sleep.
Why don't you try counting something? Like your enemies. That should do it.
Just a few stitches there, Mr. Cranston. Shouldn't be any scarring to speak of, and you can have those taken off next week.
Well, that's too bad. Don't they say a dueling scar is supposed to be a mark of prestige?
Hey, Kirk, if that cut had been a few centimeters in the other direction, you could be missing a vision in one eye.
This guy packed quite a wallop. Who was he anyway?
Never saw him before. Hey, he was very drunk and quite mad. So I just ended up being the guy's punching bag.
Well, offhandedly, I have to say he thinks you were somebody he didn't like very much.
Think you should contact the police?
Well, I don't know. I don't know about this.
Are there any witnesses?
Yeah, there were a couple of people in the bar. I don't know who they are.
Even if I did, I don't think they'd want to get involved.
Street clinic.
You don't think they want to get involved?
I wouldn't be so sure if I was you, pal.
Right, Gina, Mason has already tried.
Well, you could start by getting yourself an attorney, and I don't mean Mason. He's got his own axe to grind.
Well, I talked to Julia once, but she didn't offer me any hope.
When was that?
Oh, about 3 months ago, I guess.
A heck of a lot has happened since then. I think the case against Gina is a lot stronger now.
Well, obviously, the judge who reviewed Mason's petition didn't agree with it.
Santana, that was one judge and one petition. And Mason didn't go about it through normal channels. Now, Julia is an excellent attorney. If you could get her involved and she'd do it right...
Do you think I have a chance?
I think that you got to try, you know? I mean, Brandon belongs with you. He's yours by nature, and you'd be a much better influence on him than Gina's been. I think you owe it to him to try.
But what about the paper I signed saying that I would never try to get Brandon away from Gina again?
Well, don't you think that you could prove you signed that paper under duress? Because you did, you know. Anyway, knowing Mason, I doubt the thing will hold up in court.
Bruce, if I could get Brandon back again...
You got to try. You've got to know. You didn't just lie there and let Gina walk all over you.
Thank you.
Don't thank me. Call Julia.
I will. Tell me you're getting better. Certainly don't see it. Mason's probably just trying to scare me.
What are you doing?
Just neatening up his bed. She told the nurses to take better care of him.
Since when do you care about the state of my father's sick room, Gina?
This is not a sick room. This is a dying room, Mason. I don't know why you and the rest of the family keep insisting he's getting better. Look at him. He's the same.
The doctor says brainwaves are changing.
I'll talk to the doctors myself.
Fine. In the meantime, I want you to stay out of this room.
Beg your pardon?
I want you to stay out of here. You've been spending too much time in here since you got back.
He is my husband, Mason.
I never mattered to you before. I think you're up to something, Gina.
Such as what?
To have to spell it out. We both know that if he recovers, he'll divorce you and throw you out of the house. I don't think you want that.
You can't keep me out of that room, Mason. No matter what you say, I'm still married to him, and I have as much right to be in there as anybody.
I'm warning you, Gina. Don't.
You don't scare me, Mason. Besides, you've already played your trump card, trying to take Brandon away from me. And you came out of that one looking pretty stupid.
There are other ways. I told you a long time ago you'd pay the full price for your actions. Well, payment's coming due, Gina. With interest. Gina, just forget it. Leave me alone.
Mason, wait. Please, I want to talk to you. I don't want to fight with you anymore.
We're not fighting, Gina. People only fight when they want something from each other. I don't want anything from you.
Why do you keep trying to figure out new ways to hurt me? We once meant something to each other.
Not very much.
It's not true, and you know it. Things have happened. You've changed. But you once cared for me.
Mm-hmm. And pigs have wings.
I don't care what you say about it. You know what I liked most about you? The way you were in front of other people. Like you're treating me now, so aloof, arrogant, and unreachable. Behind closed doors, you were a totally different person. That's what was so exciting.
I've done a lot of things I regret.
I'm the one person who knows how crazy you can get. Even half a chance. We had some good times.
I know what you're trying to do, Gina.
I don't want you to forget how.
You can poke around in those ashes all you want. That fire's dead.
I don't think so. Maybe it's just moved temporarily. It's been Ginger's girls and your father's nurse. Who's next?
Whoever it is, it won't be you.
Think about it, Mason. Just a minute. Think about those times. It's never too late. Hello? Oh, it's you. I forgot. She's next. You disgust me, Mason.
Sorry about Gina. The rest of the family has learned to ignore her, but to the uninitiated, she can be quite disconcerting.
I barely heard what she said.
Something's wrong. You're upset about something.
He's still here, Mason.
Who?
That woman's husband, the man who hurt me.
He came after you again?
No, but he called, and he said he wasn't leaving town until I did what he wanted.
I knew we shouldn't have let him go. You should have let me call the police.
I thought it would be all right. He seemed so ashamed for what he'd done.
Janice, he assaulted you.
I thought he came to his senses. I thought this was all over.
What did he want when he called?
I could barely hear him. I'm sure he'd been drinking. But he wants me to meet him again so that he can talk to me.
You're not going to meet him.
I said I would.
Why? After what he did to you. You don't know him anything.
I'm afraid he'll keep calling. I'm afraid he'll try and find me again. Mason, I'm scared.
You have a right to be. I'll go in your place.
I don't want to get you involved. You're just the only person I have to turn to.
It's all right. I have some things I want to ask him anyway.
Like what?
Where was he calling from?
Some bar I never heard of. I wrote down the name and address.
Uh-huh. I know the place.
What do you mean you have to ask him something?
I want to know more about Mark McCormick. He might be able to tell me something.
Why do you need to know more about Mark?
Well, I had no idea that Mark had been involved in a malpractice suit. That he may have killed somebody. Mary never mentioned it. I'm sure she's unaware of it.
Mason, the trial is over. That woman is not going to come back. I don't see any point in drudging all that up.
Why not? He's thought of as some sort of peerless paragon. What if he isn't? What if his negligence killed that woman? Her husband obviously thinks he did. It's been 2 years. He still can't let it rest. I better get over to that bar and have a talk with him.
Mason, please just stay out of it altogether. Please.
I'm sorry, Janice. The good doctor's gotten away with murder. I want to know. And I think Mary should, too.
Mr. Cranston, your blood pressure's a bit low. I'm going to ask you to lie down for a few minutes.
Okay, but Eden's going to be here any minute.
Fine. I'll just have her sit down and wait with you, but I'd like you to lie down. Now, you can rest in here. I'll be within hollering distance if you need anything, but try and get some rest, okay?
Okay.
All right.
Ooh. Cranston burgers? Go away, all right, man? The doctor told me I was supposed to lay down and rest.
Well, so rest. What do you think? I was going to ask you to break dance? I just want to yap.
Well, I am not in the mood.
Yeah, well, I am. Ever since I saw you get your lights zonked out in that bar, I got a lot of questions running around my head. Like, what the heck is a nice guy like you doing in a bar like that?
What were you doing there?
Well, I was waiting for someone. When she didn't show up, I went off to make the obligatory phone call. When I got back, boom, it was round one. So you want to tell me who that guy was?
I don't know.
Excuse me? You don't know? Some guy who never laid eyes on you before decides he doesn't like your face and plants a fist in your nose or what? Just like that.
He was drunk.
Correct me if I'm wrong. You were just sitting there minding your own business. Is that it?
What? I was looking for one of my foremen.
What, in a bar?
That's right, in a bar. Yeah, he hadn't showed up for work a couple of days. I called his wife. She said he's probably out in a bender. And that bar was his favorite hangout. So I just came in looking for him.
I see. Well, I really admire that. Mr. Cranston, that is what I call the personal touch.
Why? What's wrong with that?
Well, nothing at all. I think it's just great that a guy from the front office can go out of his way to help an ordinary working stiff. I mean, you deserve some kind of prize for that.
Yeah, well, obviously I picked the wrong bar. Because my foreman wasn't in there, and Godzilla was. You know, he laid me out pretty good up through there.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing.
Mr. Cranston?
Excuse me, there's a telephone call.
For me? Who would know I'm here?
Your wife. She had a flat on the way up.
Oh, man. Thank you. Eden? Yeah, no, I'm fine, sweetheart. How are you? No, I'm all right. Just a little banged up. That's... hon, excuse me a minute. Would you mind? I'd like to talk to my wife.
Well, so talk.
Alone. Oh. In private.
I'm sorry. Excuse me. My best to the wife.
Yeah. Yeah, Eden, I'm back. Now, listen, I caught up with that guy, and we had it out. No, I'm okay. A lot better than he is. I don't even know who he is. Believe me, he won't be bothering you again for money. No, his blackmailing days are over. No, the police weren't involved. I just beat the hell out of him. He won't be back. No, I'll be fine. Just a little banged up. Really. Now, you know I'd do anything for you. I love you too, sweetheart. Bye.
I left a message for Julia to call as soon as she gets in.
Do you know where she is?
No, I guess she must be out to dinner with some eligible bachelor, don't you think?
Dinner? That has a nice ring to it.
I can't remember the last time I thought about food today. Well, when did we eat?
I think it was sometime around breakfast.
Oh, you must be starved. I'll get, I don't think I've got
No,
much.
listen,
I'll see what I could do.
relax. I'm going to cook.
Oh, come on. Don't be ridiculous.
No, it's what I do best. I like to destroy kitchens. It's therapy. It helps me unwind.
Okay, destroy.
Thank you. You kidding?
What?
Well, I can't do much with 2 eggs and a box of microwave popcorn.
Oh, no, there's got to be more in there. I had some cheese. Oh, forget it. I made Brandon a grilled cheese sandwich before Gina took him away.
Got this box of spaghetti. You got any canned tomatoes there?
Oh, no, I don't think so. Look, the only thing I've got in the freezer are these cherry popsicles. This is ridiculous.
I have found that orange popsicles are better as a main course.
I'm sorry.
Pancho, this is another fine mess you've gotten us into.
You know, we could call. We could call out for dinner.
No, hey, listen. You know, get your jacket. I'll take you out.
Well, what if Julia called?
Well, leave your answering machine on. I mean, you know, you said yourself she's probably out to dinner. We can call her later. Come on, you need some food and some relaxation. Besides, you got no choice in the matter. I am going to take you out.
Well, am I allowed to ask where we're going?
Yeah, you're allowed. Doesn't mean I'm necessarily going to give you an answer.
Well, I hope we're not going someplace fancy, because I'm really not in the mood to change.
No, you're safe. In fact, for the place I got in mind, we're probably overdressed.
That bad, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Well, where are we going?
What is this, 24
Tell me.
Come on, turn around.
Okay.
You'll find out when you get there.
Okay. Well, can I at least have a hint?
Think nostalgia. That's all I'm going to say.
Nostalgia? I don't really have a clue.
I think it'll all come back to you when we get there.
Oh, it will?
Come on.
Janice couldn't make it. As her attorney, I advised her not to come.
You're a lawyer?
That's right. And as such, I can advise her to press charges against you for assault. So I suggest you sit down and listen to me.
And she said she wasn't going to do that.
And she won't if you cooperate with me.
Hey, look, you got to believe me. I never did anything like that before in my life.
Can I get 2 coffees over here, please?
Hey, I don't want coffee.
If you want to stay out of jail, you'll have the coffee and you'll cooperate with me. Otherwise, I call the police. You got that? And what did you want Janice to do?
Just tell the truth, that's all. Just stop covering up for Dr. McCormick and tell what really happened.
Which was?
My wife was in for gallbladder surgery, and McCormick was the resident. He was supposed to get her history, you know, about any medical problems she might have, any drugs that shouldn't be taken. Normal procedure done before an operation.
Thank you. All right, go on.
Well, she told him everything, especially about the allergies. She was allergic to this one medication and wanted to make sure that no one gave it to her. She couldn't have left that out. I'm sure of it. We discussed it before she went in, and Margie was real careful. I'm sure she told him about it.
McCormick later denied any knowledge of the allergy, is that right?
That's right, he lied.
I assume that your wife's records were introduced at the trial.
Sure, but by then he already had a chance to change him.
Serious charge, altering medical records.
Well, that's what the man did. And Wendy, Janice was Wendy then, she knew it. I think she even had seen him do it.
But she testified otherwise.
She was his wife. She probably figured she owed him something. Or maybe she was just scared of the guy. But my wife went into respiratory failure and died. She was gone like that. And all because McCormick got sloppy and forgot. He forgot when somebody's life was at stake.
Assuming what you're telling me is true, what do you want out of this? Why are you hounding him after 2 years?
They just want justice. Simple justice. I mean, I think that a guy that would let my wife die like that shouldn't be treating patients.
I can understand your feelings.
Well, then talk to Janice. Tell her she's got to speak out.
It may be too late to address any of this legally.
Well, I got to try. I can't just let McCormick get away with this.
Let me see what I can do.
Frank, why don't you take a break? It's been a busy day.
It's no busier than usual.
Maybe not, but you've had a very rough time of it. It was very upsetting what happened between Janice and that man.
Well, can you blame the man? He loses his wife in what's supposed to be a routine operation. He's bound to be upset, and he's bound to want to strike out at somebody.
It is not your fault. Look, you told me you took a complete history of the woman. She never mentioned an allergy.
I did, but I should have gone over that list with her a second time. But she seemed so bright and alert, I never thought she'd leave something like that out.
Mark, you asked every question you were supposed to. You're a doctor. You're not a mind reader. Mark, a terrible thing happened. It's natural that you should feel bad about it. It was a tragedy. But it's the nature of the work we've chosen that there are things that happen that can't be anticipated.
Yeah.
You're a good doctor.
Hey, who said you could go anywhere without clearance from your doctor first?
I know. I'd just like to get home, though.
Hey, Kirk, you think you're up to that?
Sure.
Whoa. Well, you're not going anywhere until you rest for a while longer, and this time you're not getting up until I tell you to. Come on.
Well, this is a switch.
What?
We have been driving around at 80 miles an hour trying to find Brandon for the last couple of days, and now it looks like we're only driving 15.
Well, it's a good night to be careful.
I know. You know, I don't even know what street we're on. Did you plan that just to make sure that I didn't know where we were going?
Hey, it's like without a little suspense.
You know, I'm really glad that you talked me into this. Good advice. Needed a little distraction. Yeah. You know, you should write one of those advice columns in the newspaper.
What?
Yeah, or better yet, a radio show. You know, those radio advice shows? Have you ever listened to those?
Yeah, once or twice. I think those guys are just DJs practicing psychiatry without a license.
Some of them are pretty good, though. I called in once.
You did, really?
Yeah. I didn't have anything better to do, so... Oh, no, that's not true. I was really lonely. I thought I'd die if I couldn't talk to someone. So even a stranger's voice on the radio.
So, what did you say?
Well, I told him that I had no direction in my life, that I had a really good education and good friends. But I couldn't get rid of this feeling that no matter what I did, it added up to nothing.
And what did he say?
Well, of course, he wanted to talk about relationships. He asked about my family and what I set my sights on when I got out of high school. And I told him all about Brandon. I deeply regretted giving him up. You know what he said? He said that I should have more kids. I told him that I had to wait till Mr. Right came along. And that I wasn't a very good judge of men.
You still feel that way?
When I'm honest with myself.
You gotta be careful of that. You know, if you convince yourself of that too completely, you won't be able to tell when Mr. Right does come along.
That's exactly what he said.
Nah, come on.
Yeah, no, you are good at this.
Yeah, right. When I give up police work, I should hang up a shingle. You know, Dr. Castillo spins the hits and answers your burning questions about life between records. How's that?
I tune you in every night.
It looks like the fog's lifting a little.
Yeah, now maybe I could see what road we're on.
Okay, he's not that. Don't close your eyes.
Hey, no. There's a road sign up there. Let's see. No, can't be. No, I thought this place burned down.
They did. There was a big fire, but they rebuilt it just the way it was in high school.
Oh, is it still the greasiest greasy spoon in the state?
Yeah, then my stomach tell you it is, you know. So look at, see that? There's the same neon sign. Check it out. The Roach Coach. She lives.
I can't believe it.
Listen, you wanna change your mind at school?
No, are you kidding? I am going to have myself a double Coach burger, fries. No, not Roach burger.
Double Coach
fries and soda and a malted. Yeah.
Brainwave activity, well, that's pretty vague. Is he going to wake up?
Well, we can't really be specific on improved function, Mrs. Capwell. All we have are signs that there's some increased electrical output in certain areas of the cerebellum. Yeah, it bears watching.
For how long?
I beg your pardon?
Well, I mean, what kind of a time frame are we talking about here? Once the current starts going through the wires, how long does it take for the light bulb to light up?
Well, it's hard to say.
You people always say it's hard to say. You always talk in circles. Meanwhile, you're passing out false hopes to everybody in this place.
Mrs. Capwell, we don't pretend to know what stroke victims will pull out of it and which ones won't. All we know is that dramatic reversals do occur.
Okay, let's say he was to recover. What can we expect? What kind of life will he have? Will he be paralyzed, or is he going to be able to talk?
Once again, that varies from patient to patient. There's a wide area of recovery with coma victims.
Double talk, that's what this is.
There could be retrograde amnesia.
You mean there might be certain portions of his life which he's forgotten?
Well, certain segments of memory can be lost, either temporarily or permanently, yes.
So it's kind of a wait-and-see situation.
Well, yes, but I think you have every right to feel encouraged. Only weeks ago, we observed subtle but continuous degeneration in brain function. And now we're seeing just the opposite. Every day there seems to be a bit more improvement.
Yeah, Mr. Capo's son mentioned to me that while I was away, he moved his arm.
Yes, things could start progressing very rapidly. You never know.
Very rapidly. See.
I beg your pardon?
Nothing. Thank you both very much for coming by the house. I really do appreciate it. Sure. Also, I want you to keep me informed of any new developments that occur. I really want to keep on top of this.
All right.
And don't be afraid to tell me and describe things in technical terms, because if I have any problem with it, I'll just look it up in an encyclopedia.
Right. Well, good night, Mrs. Campbell.
Thank you. Very rapidly.
How's it going?
Well, at least the room stopped spinning.
In a few minutes, I'm going to have you stand up again, and if you still feel dizzy, I want you to check into a hospital.
Oh, come on. I'm not going to a hospital.
Oh, by the way, Eden called, and they haven't fixed her flat
There
yet, so
seems
she
to
called
be a
again.
difference of opinion about that. Even a suggestion that Janice may have been forced to lie for you.
What, she said that?
You didn't have to. I just had a very revealing conversation with the husband of the woman who had the misfortune to die under your care.
I told you about that patient. Now, she neglected to tell me about her allergy.
Her husband says that's impossible. He thinks you doctored the records, Doctor.
That's a lie. Now, he's just looking for someone to blame.
Either that, or you tampered with the records and then got Janice to back you up. I wonder what it would take to prove that.
You intend to try?
If I have to.
Anything to make me look bad, right, Mason? You don't care whether any of this is true or not. All you want to do is ruin my relationship with Mary.
Mary thinks you're Dr. Perfect. If you're not, she has a right to know.
Bull! You're just trying to ruin me.
Get out of here, Mason.
Mary, you don't know what I'm here for.
I think I do. I want you to get out of here. And I don't ever want you to come back here.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Well, the food sure hasn't changed.
Well, neither is the music. Remember the song I used to love? I tell you, I sing the high notes. My voice would always crack.
Oh, I'd sing along, but I'm too busy getting his food.
Yeah, that's okay. You know, I tried to learn this on guitar. I wanted to impress this girl at a party. Her name was Jeannie. Jeannie.
Watkins. She had blonde hair, and he went out with her for 2 months.
Well, who's the detective here, you or me?
All right. I admit I kept tabs on you.
It's a lot easier to keep tabs on me than it was for me to keep tabs on you. I'll tell you, you change boyfriends every week.
No, not every week.
Almost.
Dating is a lot easier then. You know, you have a couple of tickets to go to the movies, and then we'd stop here at the Roach Coach to have a shave.
Yeah, and then what?
What do you mean?
I mean, between here and home. Did you stop by the beach today and do a little parking?
I'll never tell.
How come I didn't take you out?
I did once.
I did?
Yeah.
Oh, you mean, Richie's party?
Yeah, that was a date, wasn't it?
Yeah, I guess it was. I think we had a hard time calling it that, though, if I remember.
Yeah, we were so used to being buddies.
say thank you.
Forget it. I didn't do it for you.
I don't care why you did it. You stuck to your story. I'm grateful.
I'm not happy about it. I never was.
Wendy, you didn't do anything wrong. Listen, would it have been right for me to ruin my whole working life over one mistake?
All right, fine. Let's just leave it at that. You go your way and I'll go mine.
Fine, okay. So you're really interested in Mason?
Yes. He's been a very good friend to me.
It's kind of funny, don't you think? You're after Mason, I'm after Mary. Maybe we ought to have some drinks sometime.
I don't seem to find all this as cute as you do.
Mason's perfect for you. I'm sure you'll both be very happy.
And I'm not after him. I just like him. He's not what people say, not once you get to know him.
The young lady, why don't you place your own order, preferably from your own car?
I can't. I took the bus.
They have table service inside.
Look, I didn't come here to feed my face, all right?
Could have fooled me.
I came here to discuss a mutual acquaintance. Now, this is sort of urgent business of police affairs.
You're a cop?
Sort of an unofficial liaison between Inspector Castillo and the department.
Extremely unofficial.
All I need is a few moments of his time in private. Miss,
Andrade.
you're very lovely and very cooperative.
I didn't hear her say she was going anywhere.
Hey, it's all right. I've got to check my answering machine to see if Julia called anyway, okay?
Okay.
I will talk to you.
All right, but this won't take long, all right?
Okay.
How'd it go?
Right, Cranston is up to something. I could shuck oysters for 100 years, and I would never smell as fishy as that character.
Okay, so you did what I asked you to?
Yes. I pretended like I watched the whole fight. Actually, I only started watching the first part of it. I was trying to figure out what the reason for it all was.
Yeah, right, and what he was doing in a place like
You
that.
should see me. I was such an actor. I was beautiful. John Barrymore.
Spare me the reviews.
All right, it was very boring. All I found out was he gave me some story about he was looking for a foreman who was out on some drunkage.
And you believe him?
No, he is a fuck.
That's all you got?
What do you mean that is all I got? Come on, Cruzy. You expect him to hand his head to you on a silver platter? I mean, what? Throw up his hands and say, I surrender?
All right, okay. Was he really hurt?
I don't know about being hurt, but he looked pretty bad. He's over at the, what's the name of the clinic?
Figueroa?
Figueroa Street Clinic. Okay, I was there just a little while ago.
Maybe I ought to stop by the clinic. See if he wants to file a complaint or anything.
Man, I think it's a very good idea. He's up to something, buddy boy.
Mary, wait.
Mason, I can't wait. I'll be late for my shift.
There are things about Mark that you don't know.
I know all I need to know. He was found innocent of any wrongdoing.
But there's serious question as to whether or not the patient's records were tampered with.
Mark would never do that.
Her husband says he did. He's convinced of it.
Mason, the man is grief-stricken. That doesn't make him right.
Well, I think the hospital board should be notified anyway, and the clinic's board, too.
The hospital board was notified by Mark himself when he first got here. He has nothing to hide. Would you just stop trying to make him out to be like you?
Like me.
Yeah, you're the devious one, Mason. Trying to use the ravings of a poor, grieving widower to discredit a man like Mark, who has spent his life in service to other people, which is something you'll never know anything about. Mason, it's not going to work.
Can I help you?
Yes, I'm looking for Mr. Kirk Cranston. I guess he left, huh?
No, he's still here.
Oh, yeah, where is he? I'd like to talk to him.
Well, he's right behind there.
Who's that with him? Is that a nurse?
No, his wife's come for him.
What are you doing?
Nothing.
What do you mean, nothing?
I was just trimming Cece's nails. They looked a little straggly, that's all.
I just trimmed them the other day.
He likes them very, very short. Well, I guess I'll be going. Good night.
Strange.
What?
He's perspiring.
What's so strange about that?
He doesn't do that. Gee, that's a very hopeful sign. It means his body's getting back to normal.
Did I get you out of bed?
Oh, I couldn't sleep.
Look, I'm sorry to bother you. I just couldn't go home.
You didn't bother me. Come on in.
Thanks.
Something wrong?
Nothing I shouldn't have anticipated. I'm so sick of it.
Sick of what?
My impulses, you know. I keep acting like Eden needs my protection all the time. I keep flying in to save the day, and every time it's like I gotta be told, who asked you, man? I mean, she doesn't need me anymore, you know. She hasn't needed me for weeks. I'm like some dog who still hears the whistle and comes running, even when there's nothing there.
I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. You kidding? How many times have I given you free advice on, forgetting about the past and getting on with your life? Look at me, I'm in the same damn rut, right? Just gotta get it through my head. She's married. And happy. It's time for me to move on.
If you can.
I've got to. If I don't, I'm going to become a complete embarrassment to myself. Hey, I'm really sorry. You need me to come dump this on you, right?
No, that's all right. I just don't know what to say.
I know. This is something I got to work out for myself.
I guess that's true.
Yeah. So, I guess I'll just leave you to your bed. Look, I'm sorry that our thing got cut short tonight at the Roach Coach.
Oh, me too. I didn't even get a chance to have that strawberry malted.
Yeah, well, we'll have to have a return engagement, okay?
I'd love that.
Yeah. We could go right now. They're still open.
A little late. Why don't we try another time,
Yeah,
okay?
right. That'd be crazy. Yeah, of course. Sweet dreams.
You too.
Get a good night's sleep.